All right, people, welcome back. I'm Dave, and this is Save America, Vote Tulsi Gabbard, the channel where we all promote Tulsi together. Make sure you like the videos, share the videos. So many people are subscribing over here. It's just bizarre. I mean, because it's me. Look, I mean, I'm way more comfortable talking about old classic rock bands on my other channel. But this isn't, I'm not doing this channel to cross promote or anything like that, even though this channel is not monetized yet. So if you feel compelled, there is a little Patreon link up there if you want to give like $1 a month or something. It would help me because I'm actually putting probably way more effort into this channel right now than the other channel, because these are issues that are very important for our future as human beings on planet Earth, and as citizens of the United States, which is a very divided country, and there is a lot of toxicity on social media. I have been fortunate enough to meet mostly decent people over there, and I've had bad experiences over on Twitter. When I was doing my other channel over there, I had an account over there, and I had to just delete it because, I mean, attacks, and this is on issues that are really not that important, but you get personally attacked and all this stuff, and it's just, why? I mean, why bother? I mean, you're putting all that effort into negativity, but that's what people do. So, I want to talk about Tulsi Gabbard's crossover appeal because it's absolutely essential to you need to let people, you're not going to see people on the right giving Tulsi any time because she's so dangerous to everything that I used to believe in. I mean, again, I've held on to some of my conservative beliefs, but things like, helping people in need and the endless, really at the top of the list, obviously, are the endless wars, regime change wars. By the way, somebody needs to develop a company that sells really cool anti-war t-shirts. Just throwing it out there. I went online looking for them, and they got these, make love, not war shirts. You know what? It's just cheesy. It's just cheesy. I want some shirt that says something like, "Can we please stop bombing other countries, please?" And then have like an explosion on the t-shirt with the words over it, and then maybe have some web addresses to like antiwar.com or Code Pink or something that would lead people to a website or an idea rather than the corny cornball stuff that, as much as it was a cute slogan back in the day, we need to get a little bit more aggressive and specific about what we're saying, and not, this isn't about like free love at Woodstock. This has got to be about ending the war machine. So, sorry, I just went off on a tangent. The crossover appeal with Tulsi, though, has to do with this issue because Trump supporters largely voted, a lot of them voted for Trump. People who, even Jill, like I said, Jill Stein, there's footage somewhere of Jill Stein talking about how Trump won't be a warmonger as much as Hillary Clinton. She said she was worried about both of them, but Trump was speaking the language of less intervention his entire campaign. Hey, I want to get along with Russia. Oh no. That was Trump's big mistake, by the way, is they use that. They've been using that against him, and it's turned into a phony narrative that has gone on now for almost 3 years, that Trump and Vladimir are buddies, and apparently it's not true. And as Tulsi Gabbard has pointed out, that Trump is doing everything he can now to prove to the media that he's not Vladimir's buddy. And the consequences of that are a new Cold War, which nobody else, no other candidate is talking about a new Cold War. They don't believe it exists because they believe in the Russian conspiracy. Conservatives or conservative-minded people are naturally inclined in sort of a nuts and bolts way, to listen to someone like Tulsi speak and discern what she's doing and saying. Now, again, you're going to lose some people because people don't want to hear about Medicare for All, and these are people on the right. They don't want to hear about a lot of social issues. They don't want to hear about, marriage equality or any of that stuff. They really don't. Some, maybe, but very few. But you're going to get on the big ticket issues, and this is why I'm here. I keep saying this, is that she had me at anti-war. She had me right there. And then you look at her resume. I mean, this is a woman who is so capable and so ready on day one to be commander-in-chief. And people say, well, commander-in-chief, president, what's the difference? Oh, there's a big difference. I mean, Barack Obama was the president, and he kind of every once in a while said commander-in-chief and tried to strut around. Tulsi's got the background to actually back that up and be commander-in-chief, okay? George W. Bush did the same thing. I know he had some National Guard service or something, and, he got out of being in the service more or something. I can't remember all of it. I know Dan Rather did something about it where he lied. But the bottom line is Tulsi, she is ready on day one to be commander-in-chief. And for people who are more conservative-minded, that really appeals. The blowback or the pushback comes from the liberal left who, some just recoil at anything that has to do with the military. And there's some fear there that is justifiable, but you can't connect like the rank and file military with the deep state that is running the military and putting these people into harm's way when the mission shouldn't be that. The mission should be really just to protect America and American interests, but because we've gone all over the world and we've had useless wars like Vietnam, I mean, people don't get over that. People don't sit there and go, "Hey, I can forgive us for Vietnam." No, people don't forget it. People don't forgive. And you've got veterans walking around that can't get jobs or are homeless or have PTSD, and so it's there. But I would say this about Tulsi. Her military service really is a plus here because she understands what we're doing. This is a woman with a testimony, okay? And very few political candidates have a testimony. And you can read her heart when she speaks to people on these issues. And she talks about her old unit deploying, or she talks about what she had to do, what her task was when she was in Iraq. She had to look to see, who was injured, who was killed in action, and so forth. She gives really good anecdotal stories that aren't just, political platitudes. That's major crossover appeal. It's the old expression, just give me the facts. Tulsi Gabbard just gives the facts, and she refutes narratives. She was on that Fox News Sunday show the other day, and I did a video about it yesterday. My head almost just exploded watching it. She's graceful under pressure. She sticks to what she believes, and she explains it better than anybody in recent memory. Bernie Sanders does a pretty good job too at this, but Tulsi's a special candidate, and her crossover appeal, I think, is going to be a bit broader than the Bernie crossover appeal. But we got to get her to that point. Now, there's a good chance that when people hear her and she gets into these debates, and I hear the DNC is messing around now with the debate format, and she may not qualify for all the debates. I don't know how they're going to do this. And it's really sad if she doesn't get to participate in every DNC debate, Because the more people hear her, and there are going to be people on the right that hear her and go, you know what, you're basically riding on the Trump train, because I've had people say this, if Tulsi doesn't get the nomination, then I'm just going to stick with Trump. People riding on the train, looking for their stop to get off the damn train. I just jumped because it was easier. I didn't wait for a stop, and I'm fine. Look at me. I'm all right. I got my own channel here. But Tulsi is somebody who can really pull some people in. And I know there's, aspects of her domestic agenda, Medicare for All. I have no problem with Medicare for All. I wish people would get over this. A living wage, get over it. It costs, down here in Florida, we're running around $1,400 to $1,500 a month for a small 3-bedroom house or apartment to rent. Okay, $1,400, $1,500, not to mention your down payment, first, last, security, all of that crap. And a lot of times they do background checks and credit checks. And how the hell do you move? How do you get into one of those places? So people need a wage that they can, like Bernie Sanders says, and Tulsi has said that you shouldn't be working a full-time job and not be able to afford to live. So as somebody who is more conservative minded, maybe more fiscally conservative, that's just logic. It's not anything really out of the ordinary. Where I want to see some fiscal conservatism, where I want to see it? The military budget. Yeah, baby. The Pentagon can't account for $21 trillion. Bad accounting or something? Okay. Folks, we can do better than what we're doing. I know we need a military, and I understand there could be threats to the United States that we need to be able to deal with, but we can't be globetrotting anymore. It's not in our best interests. And again, you can tap into Donald Trump's America First agenda that he put out there in the campaign. And who's going to put America first? Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders. That's it. Everybody else is going to put their corporate interests first, or at least the corporatists, all the people in the deep state, all these alphabet soup agencies that have now become just large tentacles that are sucking the blood and lifeblood out of our economy. So, it's Tulsi or bust, folks. We got to do this. We got to tell our friends about Tulsi, left, right, center, wherever they are. We're the voice. We're the people that are going to do this, because the media, as you recently watched on Sunday, they're going to do everything they can to trip her up, make her seem off balance, and she's not. She is on point, on message, and as my mother used to say about me, she's got an answer for everything. So, so let's keep the momentum going. Thanks for watching this channel. I'll be back to talk more about some other topics, but Tulsi is our main focus. So we'll see you soon.